So excited to be sitting here today with our beautiful Nataraj. He is one of our Mornington yoga teachers as well on the YTT faculty. You teach all the philosophy and wisdom that is yoga within that, which is very exciting. And today we're going to talk a little bit more as a student, whether you practice on the mat once a week, once a month, potentially every day, how to get more out of your practice from a philosophical point of view. So I'd love to hear your words of wisdom on that.
That's a great question. One of the things that I experience in my students and I've experienced as a practitioner is that thinking is a product of somehow wishing the moment were other than it is. We're always wishing that things are more or less or, this or that, and we're always applying labels, and that kind of attachment and aversion to everything takes us out of presence. And so if you're lucky enough to have, an hour to devote to doing this exquisite practice, I'd recommend try as much as you can to walk your awareness down out of your head and into the felt experience of your body. Normally, we experience ourselves as identifying with all of the thoughts. One of the ways that yoga practice helps to dissolve the negative thoughts or quiet the mind is by giving us an experience of aliveness. And so when you start to move your awareness, you shift the locus of your awareness out of your head and into, say, your heart or your body, or you feel yourself as the breath, not just watching or witnessing the breath, but feeling yourself as the breath, you start to touch the experience of being something greater than just the thoughts, just the tensions, just the ups and downs of life. And so one of the ways that we can always locate ourselves in presence, just like you need two sets of coordinates to find a point on a map, at any moment you can always ask yourself, first, what am I feeling? Second, where am I feeling it? And then you bring your awareness into that space and you sit in the feeling. You feel your feelings. And the first kind of feelings you got to feel are usually the physical ones, because the posture is giving us something physical to dance with, There's stretching, pulling, tension, tightness. Your mission, should you accept, try and relax or release that tension. Awareness is something that's going to help to do that, and our breath is a vehicle for consciousness. So when you're holding tension or block or intensity in your awareness, which is a form of your love, and you start to deliver that love, you start to deliver consciousness into tension with your breath, you'll feel the feeling. And in time, as you feel it, as you hold your awareness in it and on it, it'll dissipate. Some things we have to endure for longer periods of time than others. But as long as you keep surrendering yourself to this process, you'll start to arrive at this experience that BKS Iyengar said so beautifully, that yoga will help us to heal the things that we need not endure and learn to endure the things that cannot be healed. And so the breath will help us to either attend to and befriend the experience and soften the contraction of consciousness, which is tension or pain or anger, fear, frustration, which is showing up in the body, or we can learn to be with the moment as it is. And so locating yourself in the world of your body, what am I feeling, where am I feeling it, and then attending to it, ushering in the breath to it, is one of the most practical ways you can embody yoga philosophy. And what you'll find if you continue to work with this alchemical process is that underneath every thought, every sensation, every emotion, there is a kind of spaciousness, an aliveness, a loving presence, a resilience that's there. And this is what we unearth through the practice of yoga. When we bring our awareness to aliveness, awareness in motion, sensation, thought, emotion, what results is what the tradition calls ananda. Ananda means bliss, bliss clarity. And that's much closer to who we are than feeling like we are our tension, our hang-ups, our pain. And through this process of working with sensation and tension and block with spacious awareness and breath, we start to refine our approach. If you go up to somebody on the street and you approach them with, hey, asshole, the way they respond to you is going to be much different than you say, oh, honey, hi, so nice to see you. Different, So
they'll probably run away both.
well, it depends on if you know them or not. But what you'll start to learn is that my teacher says, there's no bad situation that can't be improved with a good attitude. And there's no good situation that can't be ruined by a bad attitude. And this is our feelings and our sense of identification, how we approach, dictates what we get out of the experience of life. And so, I talk about this a lot in yoga. Say we're in the half splits, or we're in Hanumanasana, we're in the full splits. And let's say for a moment, I'll give you the benefit of a doubt, that you really do have the world's tightest hamstrings. Now, let's think for a moment. Is you beating yourself up over the fact that you have the world's tightest hamstrings helpful or not helpful? Spoiler alert, not helpful. Okay? But if you approach the situation with a sense of curiosity, compassion, love, that's going to be a lot more useful. You know what I mean? And your breath can be an expression of that. Your awareness can be that. And so working with breath and awareness to meet the moment as it is, to continue to orient towards the ananda, the bliss clarity that's always there waiting to be realized, is one of the marvelous ways that you can engage yoga philosophy on the mat, no matter who you are or what you know.
Yeah, absolutely love that. So, if you're going to yoga today, tomorrow, next week, you have now a new tool for what you should be doing.
That's right. Just ask yourself, what am I feeling? Where am I feeling it?
Yes, love it. Thank you so much.
Yes.